somewhere. And who would like to be next? Someone in the back.
Hi. I brought painting in while I was doing a study of one of the masters.
Would you just come forward so that we can, if you're going to do that, bring your things with you? Only, and I'm asking everybody to kind of get in line with the camera, because if you're not, it won't be on the video that I post on YouTube. So they'll hear somebody talking, but they won't see a thing. And that's like not necessarily very good. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Hold that and talk. My goodness.
I was doing a study because I love the way he paints. So I don't really have
Come this way. No. So stand in front of the camera. So we get you, and then hold the microphone closer to your mouth so we can hear you.
I'm new at this.
There you go.
Anyway, I was, when I got the virus and I was in the hospital, it came out, and during that time, I was home doing nothing, and I decided to do a study of one of the master paintings that I love the way he paints. Wow. And it's in progress, it has still not completed. And this is so far what I've done, and I don't really have anything to show and tell. Other than it's a painting.
Who's the original artist?
Who's the artist?
Excuse me?
Who's the original artist?
It's Sandro Botticelli, I believe.
Oh, Botticelli. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it oil?
This is oil.
It's oil.
This is
Excuse me. There's a question.
How long have you been painting?
well,
The question
When
was
I-
how long you've been painting. I
Yes.
just know that they might not hear that. Okay.
yes. I was painting when I was in my 20s, going to, I wanted to be a fashion illustrator, but I never accomplished that. And then I stopped painting for about maybe 40 years, 45, and now I retired and I just started painting again.
Amazing.
Okay, well, thank you. Very nice.
Well done.
Well done. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And who would like to go next? Oh, come on. Who's? Yes. It's Kathy.
Well, after that gentleman's work, I'm like afraid to come up here. This is just something fun that I started, something fun that I've done over the years. It's letting nature be your paintbrush. And what I do is I go into my yard and I pick out leaves and flowers and sticks and branches. And you can do it with watercolor or with acrylic. You can do it on watercolor paper, you can do it on Yupo, you can make it into cards. It's just a really, really fun thing to do. And there is a technique to doing it with soap that you have to add. And, you know, you can make nice little cards with it.
So are you basically printing with the?
You're using the leaves and so on to print, and then you know, put a little soap on there and move things around. But it's just a fun thing when you want to just paint and you don't know what you want to do. It's fun. It's just
It didn't break.
no, it didn't break. And different kinds of paper. You can get all different
I like
effects.
It's lovely. It's very refreshing.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
When you relax. And UFO, you can get all kinds of beautiful, you know, different types of textures and so on.
UFO?
UPO paper.
Oh,
You can do it on UPO paper.
Are you putting leaves on the paper? I'm not quite sure what you're doing.
Y-U-T-O.
Well,
Well, so, let me have this. Okay. So there will be a demonstration by Kathy in March
Okay.
with this. So she'll be able to answer all those specific questions and you can be able to see her do it.
okay. So it's just one of those fun things you can do. You can make cards, you sit down, you don't know what to do, go in the yard, grab some leaves, you know, just fun.
Once you get the paint on the card, how do you protect it? Do you spray it with some kind of varnish?
No, it's just regular acrylic and
Okay, and it's
watercolors.
just on there.
I don't do anything
Okay.
to it. So
So if you spill coffee on it, it could enhance it.
it
a
could
little.
enhance, you
You get it
can
as
use tea bags.
a, yeah, you get it as a, like, a note card.
Yeah.
And I've done some great big ones that are interesting, so.
All right, anyone else? All right, our VP, Sherida, I know she has something too, so I'm just pointing out the people that I know have something because they might be shy. You do too? Okay.
Well, I am kind of known for using all of the photos in my gallery on my phone with an app, and I end up smashing up a few of them, printing them off on canvas, and it's generally a big mess. But I will start looking at it and seeing, how can I develop this, basically? What kind of shapes do I see? What does it look like? Turn the canvas different ways. And then I'll just start painting on that. So this is what, this started off, here, Beth, I'll have you hold this.
I have to talk with both my hands too.
Yeah. This started off as just a crazy piece. And the only thing that I kept in the original canvas is this. I kept this and this background in here. No, oh yeah, and this piece here, although I added the red to that, and I added some colors in that. Otherwise, I went in and I'm kind of in this floral thing right now, vases and florals. That's my thing. And so I started by just developing this shape first, and I was going to make this kind of another bowl, but then I just started adding the leaves around and bringing this and adding. So it's what it is it's a lot of negative painting. It's deciding what do you want to keep on the original canvas and what do you want to get rid of. How do you want to develop it and incorporate what was on that original mishmash of images, and where do you take it from there?
Did you tell them the
The app, you have to have an iPhone or an iPad, and it's called Fotoda, Fotoda. So if anybody has it, play with it. It's absolute fun. And one thing that I do to finish them off, because I do send these out, the images I upload to Easy Canvas Print. It's an online site, and I have them printed off. And if you start using their site, they have tremendous sales. I mean, they had one just recently where you could get unlimited 12 by 12 canvases for like $10.99. I mean, that's really, really cheap.
What is the site?
It's called Easy Canvas Print. And what I don't like about Easy Canvas Print is when you get them back, the back part of the canvas is got all kinds of stuff. It has Easy Canvas Print all the way around there. It has the size. It has, all their information. So I always make sure that I take black paint and paint it and finish it, the back of it. Anyways, it's a great way to start off a painting. You can see on the side here, this is part of the original artwork back here. Down on the bottom here, and I'll always try to incorporate, the colors all the way around so that the sides are finished. This way I don't feel I have to put it into a frame, but it's thin enough that if I want to put it into a frame, float frame, I can do that. But anybody who is put off by a blank canvas, it's a great way to start.
So with Easy Canvas Print, are the colors vivid like that, or
These are the original colors in here.
oh, you painted over it?
Yeah, so what you see along here is the original color in here and in here. This I developed a little bit more. I went in here and developed this a little bit more. I use acrylic paint, you know, but yeah, it depends on the quality of your image. If you have a really good quality image that has a high DPI count, you don't want to send in something at 72 DPI. That's not going to be a good quality. But if you send something in, some of mine have been like 150, 200. If it's a bigger piece, I'll size it down and make it a 300 DPI so it has a really high quality. So it depends on the quality of the image you send. Initially when I was doing it, I really didn't know what I was doing. And some of the pieces I was getting back were really blurry, which is fine. You can still work with that. It doesn't matter because you're just going to go in and paint. And there are some pieces that I've done where I've just left the background and I've used, it's a combination of, not zinc white, what's the other one? No, not titanium. Titanium is the white it's the mixing white, the zinc white, with a buff color and made up a kind of a sheer where I can paint over it, and you still see impressions back there. You don't know exactly what it is, but you see something back there. What I start off with, excuse me, every canvas when I first get it, clear gesso. I put a layer of clear gesso over it before I even start painting on it.
And what does that do?
Clear gesso preserves the canvas and any colors that are there already that you want to keep. And it gives it tooth, because when you get prints from Easy Canvas, or really any place where you get G-clay prints, they're too smooth. They don't have tooth to really grab paint with. So you want to give it tooth.
And these are all, I just want to reiterate that these are photographs that Sherida took.
Right.
So all the images that are in that photo doc come from her specific, either because she do photography as well, or photos of her other art. And then they put them together and you just scroll through. You don't like that one, you don't like, and they just do odd things with it. And it's
So the way
amazing.
the
It's
app is set
so
up
much
is
fun.
that you can just touch your screen. Well, first of all, you can tell the app what file you want to go to, what folder. I usually use just my gallery because I have like close to 4,000 photos in there. So it can, I mean, it's photos of everything. My artwork, it's photos of my travel, family, boiler, you know, whatever. And if you just touch the screen, it has an algorithm that just loops through and it just randomly selects photos and it smashes them together and gives you an image. Some of them you're going to see and go, oh my God, that is so cool. And there's been a few that I've done that I didn't have to do anything to. I had them printed off on canvas and had friends say, I like it just the way it is. Don't do anything to it. And so I've just put a layer of, gesso, clear gesso over it as a protective layer, and then a couple coats of varnish, and then just gave it to them. You can also go in, and there's a special little button on the bottom that has like four little squares in there, and you can press that, and what it does is it allows you to go anywhere in any folder and select the images that you want to put together, so that you can select it and say, oh, I want to try that one and that one and that one. Let's see what that looks like.
Oh my gosh, how exciting.
It is fun. It's really great fun.
Hi, Sheridan, I was just confused about what you use. You say you use gesso?
It's clear gesso.
Oh, rather than using just a medium. Because just
No,
put on
I
the matte
clear,
medium?
because a medium will give it a slick surface. It already has a slick surface. So you want to give it two. You want to give it something that the paint can grab.
I missed the transparent gesso,
Yeah.
Clear.
Sherida, what's the name of that app or the site?
The app, it's called Photo.Photo, D as in David, A.
But you have to have the iPhone.
Yeah, it's just for the iPhone products.
Photo app.
iPhone photo app.
Yeah. Photo. Yeah.
So I understand the process again, like succinctly?
Pardon?
Do you want her to say it again?
Yes, well, yeah, just the process, but very succinctly, like,
Okay.
step one, do this.
So step one, get your phone.
Okay, it doesn't have
Okay. So step one is getting an image that you really like. The app allows you to download any image. So once you find one you like, you hit the download button, it goes into your gallery. You can create a folder and start putting them in your folder. I have to say, one thing I don't like about iPhone products, because Androids will allow you to do this, iPhone products don't. If you have an image in your gallery and you create a folder and you put it into your folder, you cannot go back to your gallery and delete it from the gallery, thinking, oh, I have it in a folder. No, it'll delete it from the folder too.
Yes.
Oh, it's
It's horrible. They make you keep all of them, and you can't delete it at all. So I have not tried using this with the iCloud. I just keep all my images on my phone right now. So that's something else I'll have to play with. Okay, so Taryn, back to you. So select the image, you come up with an image, you download it. What I then do is I send that image to myself in an email message. So I send myself an email message and I attach that. Then I go to my laptop and I open up that image and I might play with it a little bit. I might, maybe darken it a little bit. Maybe it needs to just be darkened, because I think sometimes when you have G-Clay prints done and you don't know the company very well, it can come back a little faded, a little bit lighter. So you just want to enhance the color a little bit. Maybe you need to crop it. Maybe there's parts of it, you want to take out. Just whatever you end up deciding in that image, what do I want to keep? Then go to easycanvas.com or any company that you use to print off canvases, to have images printed off. Upload that image. Check it out. You like it. Go ahead and order it. Once you get it, first thing, put a layer of clear gesso on it. And once that's dried, then you can start determining, what do I want to keep? And the nice thing too about putting clear gesso on it is I will use white chalk, and I will just start, I can outline, draw, determine, this shape I want to keep, I want to do this, that kind of thing. And then if I ultimately don't like it, you can just erase it, even with your hand. You can brush it off. Ultimately, I work with the canvas, determine what it is that I want to keep, and then I just dive into it. I just start negative painting, taking out what I don't want, painting over it, and developing like I did here. Once I'd gotten this shape in and I kept this, I wanted to give it like an oriental vase look to it. And it didn't have the red flowers, it just had this shape. So I had to go back in and just, darken, take a little bit of this blue, put it over here, highlight some of the greens, add the red flowers, so it just kind of ties in with the rest of the theme. And I had this shape here originally as a bowl, and that was just too sharp. And that's when I started just,
I'm just showing other
okay.
people because they can't see what you're doing.
So that's when I started taking a risk, grabbing the paintbrush, and just doing these swirls up this way. And I liked it, so I just kept developing it.
lovely movement.
But if you don't like it, you can just take water and just wipe the acrylic off immediately, quickly.
Yeah, you can, if you don't like it, you can wipe it right off. Yeah.
Sorry, can you just spell out that, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit, the app that we want to,
The app,
yes, FOTO dot
FOTODA.
ODA.
DA.
Is it a dot in between or not?
Pardon?
Photo dot, is there a dot in between?
No.
No, okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, wonderful.
Yes?
Are there many more?
Yeah, how many more people have something? One, anybody else? Two? Okay. All right, very
Everybody
good.
go first.
Okay, let's bring your mom up. Come on, Maria.
Oh, okay.
Come on up.
Okay. Hello, fellow artists. Can you hear? Yeah. Keep it more to my mouth. Okay. Hello, fellow artists.
Hello.
Okay. This is something I don't normally do. It's a whimsical seahorse. Of course, it's not like they really are. But I'm new to Florida, about 3 years, and I wanted to learn, and there's a lot to learn, about how light hits the water, comes down from the, air down into the, water. So this is like about maybe 40% done. I want to have some, depth, and I want to have, but basically that's all I'm going to do, get some depth into it. And mostly I do life drawing, people, and that's what I like. But, once in a while you have to do something, crazy. That's it. And I'm glad that I'm here and part of the group, and that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
What's the painting on?
That's what tell us.
It's plywood, but this is plywood, very cheap. You can get like 6 of these paintings out of one 4x8 piece of thin plywood, and it's nice. You can gesso it, or you can just, from my student days when there was not enough to go around, I used just paint. Gesso was very expensive, so I just used to go to Home Depot and buy whatever they had. Yeah.
It's great for patios, I think people would want.
Yeah, this would be something maybe someone would put in their patio, or, that's what it's for. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for your attention.
Okay,
And,
so there's one more?
yes, one more, no,
Oh.
there's room for you and.
I'm
Yep,
sorry.
We have a couple more.
Okay, I think that made it go to the side.
I think we're okay.
All right.
It's just, yeah. Jim, would you check the camera, please?
I think it went to the side. Should it be horizontal one? Okay.